Double Sports Talk, worldwide, with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, folks, it's about the heavyweights, right? Heavyweights, and two of which, because of some things that have happened outside of, well, not outside of the ring, but besides just boxing, that it's going to help their profile long run, right? And that'll be boxer David Price and boxer Kubrat Pulev, right? Let's talk David Price first. Kubrat Pulev might take a little bit longer. David Price, hey man, the dude, we know him, nice heavyweight from Liverpool, I think it is, in England. We kind of like the dude, right? But he's more noted for the times he got knocked out, because he was, 13, 14, and 0. He was going to be the big thing. Then they called up old Tony Thompson on short notice. He came beat him up first fight. And then they was like, well, that was a lucky punch. Called him back 3 or 4 months later, and Tony Thompson did it again. And then after that, he's been knocked out a few times, David Price. But we just still know the man is big, fit, and he has a wallop, right? He's just not going to take the best punch in the world. So, he's become a journeyman pretty much. But he had a fight with a guy named Cash Ali, undefeated guy, which, disturbs me, undefeated. But the guy gets in the ring. They had a nice little build-up. They were talking back and forth. Even made David Price, out of character. Because David Price called him a mouthy cunt, basically. David Price don't really get that upset. But Cash Ali got under his skin by calling him a quitter, right? So it was on, but you know how it is on all the build-ups. It's always on. Heavyweights talking a little smack, no problem. But Cash Ali bit him. I think it was round 5. Bit him a couple of times to the point that we got disqualified. And, people are calling for him not to fight no more. I don't know about all that. I mean, we let other ones fight that had tragic regressions, a whole bunch of them. Mike Tyson, if you want to just talk about Bitten, right, because he bit somebody's ear off. He bought him under the pectoral, right, above the stomach, right on down to the chest, right? He bit him when they were on the ground, and he was disqualified. Well, he should have been. And he should be reprimanded, and something should happen to him, a fine or something like that, but give him another shot. Period. I don't know the guy, or if he's done it before, then that's something different. But if not, he just thought he was in the fight for a split second. Give him another shot. But David Price, his profile will raise because of this. These are things that are happening. That happened to him. He gets a win at the end of the day. He needs that win, and he says, "Hey, let me get the Dave Allen versus Lucas Brown winner." Sounds perfect for David Price, right? Because whoever wins between Dave Allen and Lucas Brown, have won something. Lucas Brown is building himself back up after losing to Dillian White. And Dave Allen knocked out a dude he wasn't supposed to. I forget the dude's name. Up-and-comer in England, was undefeated. Thought they was, Dave Allen was going to be a measuring stick. Well, he measured the stick and knocked the boy out. And Dave Allen's on a high right now. So that fight between the winner of Lucas Brown and Dave Allen should have a little momentum there. So that's something for David Price, right? So his, profile will raise in the next days. People talking about him. But let's move to Kubrat Pulev. Now, everybody probably know all of a sudden trying to figure out how to pronounce his name and stuff like that. Hey, who's that boxer that kissed that reporter? Because you always know that. Think about it. If I didn't say his name, it's a boxer who kissed this reporter, man. What's her name? Jenny Sushi and stuff like that. Or I think her name is Ravallo or whatever like that. Interviewing the guy, right? And he kissed her at the end of an interview. Now, I seen that. I didn't say nothing about it because when I seen that and I saw her reaction afterwards, it was a done deal for me at that point. That's it. I'm like, okay, maybe they know each other, whatever, but that is not the behavior of a woman who is upset about somebody kissing them. Put both hands on him and kissing her. They have to know each other. It's supposed to be some cuss words said and some still serious attitude. A woman don't smile in the camera after that and everything's okay. And I hear she said thank you after that and all that. That wasn't the reaction of someone who's upset about that. Period. Even if you're trying to be professional. But, at these little interviews aren't all that professional. It's not like you interviewing the president. You can get an attitude on camera on these platforms. So once I saw that, it was done. I'm not even reporting that because it's going to go back and forth. There's something behind that. Come to find out, there is something behind that, right? Kubrat Pulev was saying, well, I basically knew the lady. I thought we was cool, and she seemed like she wanted even more, right? And she said she was disgusted about it and how did that happen for someone to even put his hands on my buttocks afterwards and stuff after the interview, right? Whoa, so that she wouldn't even got a high-profile lawyer. I forgot who the lawyer is from, but high-profile. Like, well, she must really be upset. But I'm still thinking, well, I just don't like her reaction after being kissed. So I left it alone. And come to find out, boom, she's at the after party with Pulev sitting on somebody's lap in his team, and he's right there, and pretty much lap dancing the guy. So basically, it's a done deal. I won't even get into it. But bottom line is, Pulev, his profile was raised because of this. Now he's been suspended by the California State Athletic Commission, right? Whatever, but it's about 49 other states, so it don't really matter about that. They're going to get off of that after all the information comes in. This is probably going to blow over, but Pulev will be more known because of it, right? Now, just make sure this is clear. One, you don't react that way, ladies, if you're upset about someone kissing you, and you guys know that. Two is, ladies, know this. You sit on no man's lap that's not your daddy. Every other man you sit on, or your brother, okay? Even uncle's a suspect. But if a lady sitting on any man's lap that ain't her father or her brother, right, that man's thinking things. Period. He's thinking things. And ladies, if you're a teenager and up, you know that he's thinking things. And you're probably drinking. That's why you're on his lap in the first place. So it doesn't matter. Not saying anything else could go beyond that. But because of that behavior, that's probably why that happened. Let's see how that happens. I'll leave my opinion. You guys know I'm basically pro-women on domestic violence. You know what time it is. Here's the book again, Slapped. Talking about domestic violence against women. It's one chapter though, and talk about the flip side when women don't act up. So I don't like domestic violence and things that we do, abuse of women. We also know about the Me Too movement, but we don't want to go overboard. This is, we have to worry about women's behavior first, so you can understand how a man's going to react. He's reacting to how far you let him go in most cases. So this is the case where that's going to probably be the deal, and I can go into it a lot further, but it's not worthy. I think this is just going to blow over. Those reactions right there is just not enough to make a case against this guy. I think everybody needs to tell each other they're sorry and just move on this one, right? But back to my point about it, Pulev and David Price will definitely be more known from these sideshow things that have happened. Film Sports Talk worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.